that through the course of Johnny and I talking together, we're going to talk about clave. Okay? So Superbad, the groove to Superbad is Jabo Starks, okay? And the beat that he's playing is this, right? Right? Johnny played the beat to Big Chief. Okay? So now my point is that Big Chief is a Professor Longhair song that Smokey Johnson, who was the main cat that Johnny V would go check out. Smokey Johnson came up with that beat that Johnny just played. Well, hold on, we're getting ahead of ourselves. My point is that Smokey Johnson took that, the clave, so Big Chief has two claves going on. It's got a fast 3-2, modified 3-2. And slow clave too.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Okay? So now, the reason I'm bringing this up is no matter what instrument you play, whether it's drums or keys or if you're a singer, and even if you're a visual artist, okay, clave is a rhythmic structure that underlies what's going on. So even if you're a visual artist, it's good to look at things and you can see things, but can you see the underlying structure of what's going on there? Can you see the perspective that's happening? Not just the brush strokes, that's the icing on the cake, right? The clave is the real heart of the matter, right? And so is the structure and the perspective with visual art, right? So it's important to start noticing some of this structure, even especially if you're bass players and guitar players and keyboard players, right? So Big Chief has the fast 3-2 and the slow 3. Now Superbad, okay, has that 3 thing too. Now what it's coming from is what they call the Charleston rhythm, right? Bop bop bop. So Charleston is bop 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 bop, which we call the slow, the three clave. Johnny calls it, the project groove, right? It's just over and over, 3 sides of the clave. You hear it in Mardi Gras Indian music. You hear it in, Hey Pakue. You hear it in all kinds of different stuff. So Jabo took that, and it's coming from the Charleston rhythm, right? I've heard him say this himself. Charleston rhythm, guys started putting that into drum set playing way back in the teens, in the 1918, 1919, especially in the 20s, okay? Baby Dodds, Tony Sbarbaro with the original Dixieland Jazz Band. I've been reading this whole doctoral thesis on early jazz drumming, right? And that Charleston rhythm has been used on the drum set all the way back to Baby Dodds and before Baby Dodds, okay? So Jabo Starks took that Charleston rhythm, which is basically the 3 sides of the clave. So basically, what I was showing you is, okay, the similarities between what Jabba Starks was doing with James Brown and what Smokey Johnson was doing with Professor Longhair. They're both based off that 3 clave. Now, if you can see that, then you can start to see, I think it's really important to start seeing similarities in things. That's important, just as important as seeing the differences in things. Because then you can start seeing, oh, this tune, okay, this tune's got the 3 clave in it. Okay, great. That's great. This has got the 3 clave over here. Oh, so they're similar to each other. So I'm not starting from scratch. You know what I'm saying? This song over here, this is a blues, and it's based off the pentatonic scale. So when you're going to try and learn this song over here, okay, oh, this song is a blues based off this pentatonic scale in the same key. Oh, but it's got a little bit slightly different thing. It's got a fast 4. The 4 comes up, you know, quick in the front of the tune. Okay, well, good, I got that. Now, you know, so the more you start seeing similarities as well as differences, then the more I think you're going to broaden your whole perspective. And this goes for not just drummers, but it goes for every instrument, I think. So once you start becoming aware of clave, not just as a drummer, but as other instrumentalists, and as visual artists start becoming aware of structure, it's going to deepen your whole understanding of what's going on around you, right? And then what we were doing, Johnny and I played together so much, I started off on, just now, it started off on Super Bad, and I started playing some Big Chief variations that I've come up with, right? So we're just improvising together, but we know that this is based off the thing. So as long as the thing being the 3 clave, right? Well, in this case, the fast 3-2, and in the slow 3. So we can improvise together. If we're going to improvise together, we're going to have some kind of structure. If I just started going, you know, that's going to sound like a bunch of noise. But because, oh, he hears I'm starting off on that 3 clave, and then we play together, and I can play variations against that, and it sounds like something, as opposed to a bunch of noise, right? So anyway.
Yeah, it's sort of like playing basketball with no lines. You'd never know when the ball's out of bounds or anything, you know. It would be difficult and quite chaotic. Probably a lot of disputes. Probably a lot of collisions. Probably a lot of mistakes. So they drew lines so you could play basketball. I think after the music came, they drew probably some lines too. You know, but at first there's a lot of chaos. But I think when we use these simple things such as clave, skeleton, you can call it. The clave is like a skeleton. It's just a basic feel that we follow. I think when we use these things, these are the things that not only keep us free, but keep us together, you know, because it's such a simple thing that it allows you to be yourself, and while the simple thing is but the idea, and at the same time, it keeps us all together. So it keeps everybody different and together at the same time. It's twofold, and I think that even though we're both playing drums, sitting here talking about clave, I think that it goes way much further than being a drummer. And a drummer is only half the thing. You know, being a drummer is one thing. Being a musician is another. So our drummers hit a ceiling, and then the next step is they have to learn how to play music.